Then we start sitting with the legs crossed in Sukhasana. Have your left leg to the front. Is it chilly in England? Is it cold? It's getting here cold as well. Hold on to your knees and then draw your knees back so that the head of your femur bones are sucking into their sockets and simultaneously push your sacrum forward. Spread your clavicles. Take your head back a little bit, Lisa. Close your eyes a moment and keep drawing your knees back, your sacrum forward. Let your thighs drop down and then let the thigh bones extend towards your knees. And lift your hip bones up. And feel your armpits away from your hips. Keep the length in the sides of your trunk and then join your palms in front of you. Bring the base of your thumbs to touch the base of your sternum and the nails of your thumbs to touch the top of your sternum. And Lisa, spread while your right clavicle. Then feel your feet on the floor. Let them relax onto the floor. Feel your sitting bones pressing firmly into your support. And from that pressing down, you want to lift the whole of your spine up. And be in the back of your body. From your sacrum, spread out towards the sides. Then in your middle spine, just below your shoulder blades, inhale there, exhale, spread. And then the top of your shoulders. From the seventh cervical, inhale there, exhale, spread. Feel the crown of your head extending up towards the ceiling. And your trapezius muscles at the back, they're dropping down. Your shoulders are moving back and then they're moving down as well. Feel the sides of your neck long and feel them extending towards the tip of your shoulders. Silently chant the 3 Oms and then we do them together. Then keep your chest up, keep the top of your sternum plate, keep that broad. And with your next exhalation, lower your head down towards your heart. Allow your mind to dissolve into the space of your heart. And keep the sides of your trunk, keep them tall, take your hands down. Bring your elbows slightly behind your trunk. And then with your eyes closed, raise your head. And then feel first that the head, your chest and your pelvis, that they are all in one and the same line. Keep the base of your throat broad and the tip of your shoulders moving back. Sitting bones, press them down firmly. And then your trunk is balancing on these two spots. And then be aware of your own existence in this present moment. Free from the past and free from the future. And then very gently open your eyes. And then change the cross of your legs. And then we are going to do Gomukhasana with the arms. If you're not sure if you can catch, just have a belt nearby. Have your belt nearby and put it on top of your right shoulder. If you're not sure if you're catching or not. Put it down here somewhere. Sorry, something is in my face. And then take your right arm up, turn your palm up, and see, can you take your thumb a little bit further down so that the inner arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. But suck the head of your humerus bone back first, and then you extend the arm up. Extend the arm up, bend the arm back, and before you go and catch, with your left arm, turn the back of your arm forward and the bicep, push it in, push it back. So with your thumb, push it back. And then hold onto your humerus bone and lift it up a little bit. Then you release your left arm. And remember, there's this internal rotation first. Then you go and see, can you catch the other arm? If not, catch the belt. Then once you've caught, once you've connected, spread your left clavicle. A little bit more, Lisa. Spread your left clavicle. And then take the left humerus bone back. And see, can you turn it now from inside out the skin? Once you've caught, then press your sitting bones down. Donatella, lift a little bit your left armpit chest. You're a little bit sinking in here. So press your sitting bones down. Extend the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And with your next exhalation, turn towards your right. And with the back of your left hand, feel that you're extending your left shoulder blade away from the spine. But keep your left clavicle spread. Press your sitting bones down, lift from the crown of your head up. And when you exhale, turn some more. Turn your abdomen, your diaphragm, and your armpit chest. Then come back to the center. Release your arms first. Place them onto your knees. And then if you need to turn the belt to the other side, take your left arm and first see, can you take your thumb a little bit further down and then raise your arm up, bend your arm back, and then with your other arm, first go and catch and turn really your tricep forward. Push your bicep back and then lift your elbow up a little bit more. And then you release your arm, turn it in first, turn it back, see if you can catch. And then once you've caught, you spread your clavicle, the right one, and the humerus bone of your right hand, take it back. Good. And you have to lift a little bit more the right clavicle. Then press your sitting bones down, lift from the crown of your head up, the sides of your waist, they become tall as well. And then inhale, when you exhale, turn towards your left and keep your ears in line with your shoulders. And then feel with the right hand, with the back of your right hand, you can draw your shoulder blade, move away from the spine and a little bit more forward. Press your sitting bones down, lift from the crown of your head up. And when you exhale, turn some more. And then come back to the center, release your arms. Now all of you have a belt, and then make the belt as wide, I would say, as your armpit chest. Then I would see if it's too far or too short. And then you put your wrist inside of the belt and extend your arms forward first. Extend well your palms, Elisa, turn your palms from the little finger towards the thumb side. The thumbs, they can go a little bit more out to the sides. And then resist against the belt. Stay there for a moment. Feel that your thighs are dropping down, but from your hip bones, you're lifting up. Then inhale, draw the head of your humerus bones into the sockets, and then raise your arms up. And then we wait for Heather. It's too wide, Heather. It's too wide. Have it narrow. Okay. The others, extend well into your belt and turn a little bit more, Helen, from the little finger towards your thumb side. It's still too wide, Heather. It's still too wide. Make it narrow. Keep extending your fingers up. And Lisa, see if you can extend the nails more up towards the ceiling so you don't bring your hands out to the side. Keep your shoulders down, Helen, so that the sides of your neck are long. Yeah, that's better. And then press your sitting bones down. Lift your hip bones up. And then exhale, turn towards your right. But keep your ears, again, in line with your shoulders. Then feel your left shoulder blade before you have your hand there. Feel the left shoulder blade moving your shoulder blade away from the spine and pushing it in. Inhale, lift, exhale, turn some more. From your elbow, extend your wrists up towards your forearms up towards your wrists. And from your elbows, extend your biceps down towards the inner shoulder. Then come back to the center. Keep extending against the belt. Inhale, shoulder blades well in. Exhale, turn towards the left. And keep pressing your sitting bones well down. Hip bones up. Every time you inhale, you do the extension. And when you exhale, you turn. First, the lower part of your abdomen. Then your diaphragm, your armpit, chest. And extend up. And then come back to the center. Take your arms down. Feel your arms. Extend your legs. And you're going to need your belt now and a blanket. You're going to lie down. And if you have a blanket and you have the size more or less of when we do shoulders, then this size more or less. And then you can roll it up. Roll it up so that you have a little sausage, a long sausage. You can use as well a towel if you don't have a blanket. Yeah, that's good, Heather. That's fine as well, Lisa, and as well, Helen. Let's see, Donatella. Good. So the others, you can already have your belt onto your abdomen, and then you lie with the top of your shoulder blades onto that blanket. Take your head, keep Take your head, extend the back of your head away from your neck, and then take the head down. So now the head is a little bit lower down than your chest because you've got this rolled blanket under the top of your shoulders. And then have your belt onto your abdomen, you're going to need it later. And then keep your arms out to the sides like candelabra and keep your palms facing up. If you don't reach with your elbows to the floor, then put your elbows onto the blanket. And then widen your feet as wide as your mat and join your knees. And for a moment, close your eyes. Trovate coperta, Donatella. Yes, good. Close your eyes. The knees are together. Are your knees together? And you got a crump. Yes. So the knees are together. So the outer thighs are turning from inside out. And as well feel if they're turning from inside out, both the same amount. Then breathe, well, your shoulder blades are touching this rolled blanket. Breathe into there, in the center, and spread out. And when you exhale, press your big toes more down and your outer feet. The sides of your neck are long. Sternum is lifted now through the blanket as well. Your shoulder blades are moving in, so the center chest is opening more. Remember that when you lie down, your tongue has to drop back. So it's not touching the upper palate, nor is it touching the lower palate. It's dropping back towards its own root. Then open your eyes, stay as you are, grab your belt, and again put it around your wrists where you had it before. And extend your fingers up towards the ceiling and your thumbs, let them move a little bit away from each other. Then let your upper arms, let them drop down into their sockets. And when you exhale, take your arms over your head. I hope you don't have the wall there like I have. And see where they reach, but don't force them down. If they reach the floor, it's only the tip of your thumbs touching the floor. If you don't have any knee issues, just take your feet a little bit wider than your mat, but keep your outer feet down. And then close your eyes. And then we're going to do it in motion now. When you inhale, extend your arms, resist against the belt. And when you exhale, take your arms up. Then again, you inhale, let your biceps drop down, lift the top of your sternum. Exhale, take your arms back and do in motion. Gradually, you want to touch with your thumbs simultaneously the floor. And keep resisting against the belt. When you inhale, you do the extension. And when you exhale, the movement. Now keep your arms straight, even if you don't reach the floor, but resist against the belt and keep the arms straight. Keep the back of your neck extending away from your shoulders. And keep going. 2 more to go. And then the second time your arms are back. Then release your belt, hold onto your elbows, and then join your feet and cross your shin bones. But keep the blanket where it is. And then feel that the cross of your shin bones is in line with your spine, with your head, and in line with the cross of your arms. When you inhale, imagine a long, thin cone from your pubis towards the tip of your elbows. And when you exhale, from your sacrum, extend towards the tip of your knees. Let your navel bend, let it drop down. The blanket is pushing the top of your shoulder blades up, but your diaphragm, it's below the blanket, it's spreading and it's moving down. The head of your femur bones are into their sockets, but now change the cross of your legs and the fold of your arms. And then again, make sure that you're all on one in the straight line, the cross of your legs, your spine, your head, and for the cross of your arms. And then feel the head of your femur bones into their sockets. And then the thigh bones are extending towards the knees. And your hip bones are lifting up towards your chest. And spread your navel bend and let it drop down. The diaphragm as well, spread it and let it drop down. And then place your feet down, bring your hands forward. Very gently turn towards your right side. And then come up standing. Keep your roll there, keep your roll there. Come up standing. Oi, oi, oi. And then have your roll in front of you. Put your hands onto your hips. And then I want you to go onto the roll with the arch of your foot. So first the right arch, put it onto the roll, but keep the heel is down and your toes are up. And then look at your right foot. You should not see the inner heel. Then step on it with the left foot as well. The arch of your foot. The arches of your foot. And then see, can you extend your sacrum down, take your shoulders back in line with your hips. It doesn't matter if you're at the beginning and sticking your buttock out. It doesn't matter. Yeah, well done. Put your hands onto your hips, Lisa. And then resist the front of your thighs back and lift your toes up so you get more weight onto your heels. Then have your head in the middle of your shoulders. The skin of your buttock is moving down. The front of your thighs is moving back. And your hip bones are lifting up. And then raise your arms up into Urdhva Hastasana and just interlock your thumbs, only your thumbs. And look straight ahead. Press the arches of your feet into the blanket. Lift from your inner ankle bones towards the inner knees. From the inner knees up towards your groins. And extend your arms up so that you extend your chest away from your hips. Change the interlock of your fingers and keep extending up. I'm sure you're going to feel it in your calves now, but keep lifting. You should feel it as well up into your sitting bones. Lift your hip bones up, the top of your thighs, push them back, and the middle buttock, push it forward. So from your outer ankle bone towards your hip, towards your armpit, towards your wrist, you want to do one straight line. Lisa, lift your pubis up. Lift your pubis up more. And then with your next exhalation, all of you bend down for Uttanasana. Come down. If you reach, put your hands onto the floor or onto the blanket and release your head. But pull your toes up. Pull your toes up. Look at your knees. Pull the inner knees up and the outer knees, take them back. And then release the back of your head. If you've got the balance, hold on to your elbows. And then drag your elbows straight to the floor. Otherwise, keep your hands down. If you don't have the balance, keep your hands down. Keep the back of your neck extending down. Sides of your sternum plate, let them drop down. And the sides of your pubis, let them drop down as well. And look at your inner knees. Don't push them back. Lift them up. It's the outer knees that they want to move back. Then change the fold of your arms. And as well, feel how it's so different on one leg than the other. Maybe on one side you can feel more your calf than on the other. And then place your hands down, walk them forward, walk your legs back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. First look at your hands and then release the back of your head. Lift your trunk up towards the ceiling. The inner thighs, lift them up and the root of your thighs, push them back. And then you can extend your hip bones towards your chest. And let the back of your head hang. Stay there. Keep breathing. Let me see. Yes. Press well. The thumb and the index finger well down, Heather. Good. Well done. Inner knees up more, Donatella. Up more the inner knees. It's the outer knees. They want to move back. And then your navel bend. Spread it and take it up towards your spine. And look forward, walk forward, put your hands onto your hips and then come up. Look up towards the ceiling and then look straight ahead and then turn towards me. You can get rid of your blanket, of your belt for a moment and have your 2 bricks. We're going to do, like we've done last week, just be step with your right foot this time onto the brick and the other foot is down. So the right leg is bent, the toes are all on one and the same line. Put your hands onto your hips and then take your hands back. You forgot the brick under your foot, Helen. There's the brick under your right foot. And then look at your knee, your right knee. Don't let it come towards the center. It always wants to move in like this, and then you put a lot of pressure on your meniscus. The outer thigh is overextended and the inner thighs are too short. And remember, the inner legs, the inner arms are directly connected with the spine. So you just place your right foot onto the brick. The knee is bent. The knee goes to the second and third toe. Draw your elbows a little bit more back and down, Elisa. Good. Then press your inner right foot, extend the right leg, and lift the left leg off the floor. Don't push your right hip out. Keep your right hip in. So last week we were just letting the leg hang, but today pull the head of your left femur bone into its socket. Look straight ahead. If you lose the balance, you can put the foot against the brick. Look straight ahead. Lift pubis up more, Lisa. Lift up from your pubis up. Don't push your lower ribs forward. They have to spread from the center out to the sides, like a rainbow. Press well down. Then raise your arms up. Turn your palms up. Take your arms back. And then raise your arms up. Interlock your thumbs. And Heather, all of you, the left heel, turn it a little bit towards the left. And breathe. As well here, outer ankle bone in line with your hip, armpit, elbows, and wrist. So now the thumbs are together, but that's fine. And keep pulling the front of your hip bones up. The thighs are resisting back, and your middle buttock is coming forward. Then change the cross of your thumbs and keep extending up. And then exhale, take your arms down, come down, and then swap sides. If your foot is taller, then you leave the toes hanging over the brick. Hands onto your hips, take your elbows back and a little bit down. And then first make sure that the knee is not going to the inside. The knee is going to the second and third toe. Press well the inner foot down. Inhale, exhale, lift the leg up so that the hips are compact. And then now you have to suck the right head of your femur bone into its socket. Let the sacrum drop, push it forward, and your hip bones are lifting up. And then spread your arms. Turn your palms, take your arms back and lift them up. And then again, interlock your thumbs. Very good for this hip flexor muscles. So feel all the muscles here touching towards the hip. And the right hip, you have the head of your femur bone, you have to suck it into its socket. And then look straight ahead and breathe. When you inhale, lift the front of your spine. As well here, the right heel head a little bit towards the right. And when you exhale, let the skin from your nails drop towards your shoulders and from your shoulders towards your hips. Then change the interlock. And pull your pubis up towards your navel so that you can feel a compactness there. And then exhale, come back down. Once more the other side, and then we're going to do Vrikshasana. So if you need balance, go towards the wall, or if it's too much, then you just do it without the brick. But first stand on the brick. Look at your knee, pull it to the second and third toe, elbows back and down. So feel that if you have like water on your arms, that it's running down towards your elbows. So don't have your elbows up, they have to go down. And then press, extend the leg, both legs straight. Your hips are compact. Look straight ahead. And then bend your left leg, hold onto the foot, and see if you can place it in Vrikshasana. Keep looking straight ahead and then put your hand back onto your hip because you don't want to lift the left hip up. Then join your palms and stay there for a moment. So we're joining the palms to help to open the center chest more. And the legs are doing the same. The left foot is pressing against the thigh is resisting it as well, Namaskarasana, to open your pelvis more. And then inhale, exhale, lift your arms up. Yes, straighten your arms up. If you cannot keep your elbows straight, then you just keep your hands apart. Bring your left buttock, Donatella, a little bit forward towards me. Yes, you can keep your foot lower down as well, that's fine. But keep pressing the foot against the opposite leg and the opposite leg against the foot. And then your navel bend, keep it spreading and keep it moving back. And then exhale, take your arms down, take your leg down, and then we're going to do the other side. So first have your hands onto your hips, elbows back. Imagine you have water running from your shoulders down towards your elbows. And then you pull up your quadricep muscles, pull them up, but as well the hamstrings, they have to pull up. Suck the head of your femur bone into its socket. Then look straight ahead and then see, can you catch the foot? And see where can you bring the foot? And press the foot against the thigh and thigh against the foot. Hands on your hips so that your hips are in line. You're not lifting the right hip up. Then join your palms in front of you. Press your palms to open your chest. Press your legs to open your pelvis. And then inhale, exhale, raise your arms up. And look straight ahead. Good. Navel bend back, right buttock forward, and Lisa, lift your pubis up. Let your lower ribs spread from the center out towards the sides. And then exhale, come back down, arms and legs, and come down. So now we are going to do Virabhadrasana 1. And you need your belt again. Take your belt and put it again around your wrists. You can raise your arms already so that the long belt goes behind you. And when you extend your arms, feel how your chest is moving away from your hips. Then extend your legs down, press your heels into the floor so the pelvis stays there, and the more you extend your arms up, the more the chest moves away from your pelvis. Then step your legs apart, and you have to be nice and wide because we want to do a right angle. So first again, lift your pubis up, all of you, because now we have to have the pelvic floor facing the floor. Because when you turn around, you cannot get it right anymore. So pelvic floor is facing the floor. Then turn your left foot well in. Lift the heel and turn it out more. Turn the whole of your right leg towards the right and turn your trunk to face the right wall. Keep the left leg pushing away and feel the opening in the left hip. Your left hip bone has to lift up. Help with your arms, extend your arms, not Lisa. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, bend the leg. Look straight ahead, don't look up. Just look straight ahead and bend your right leg. Keep your trunk in the center. Lift your pubis up. Keep the inner right knee moving towards the outer right knee and the back leg is straight. Keep your arms extending and held. The arms, let them be there, don't take them back. And see, can you take your head back so that the forehead is facing to the seat. And breathe. And lift your left hip bone up. Then look straight ahead. Keep re-extending your right leg. And then turn your feet to the front. Take your arms down a moment, but keep resisting against the belt. Good. And then again, raise your arms up, resist against the belt. Take your thighs back, Heather. Take your thighs back and feel more weight onto your heels. Good. Turn your right foot well in, lift the heel and turn it out more. And then turn the whole of your left leg towards the left wall and turn your trunk. Take your right hip forward, but resist the right thigh back. Left hip back and lift, lift, lift your right hip bone up. Inhale, extend your arms. Exhale, bend the front leg from your groin towards the inner knee. From the outer knee back. Yes, well done. Keep your arms extending, Heather. And then look up. If your neck is okay, look up towards the ceiling. And keep extending the right leg away. Lift from your pubis up. And then look forward, re-extend your leg, turn your feet forward, release your arms down and bring your feet together. Then release the belt, have your 2 bricks. We're going to do Prasarita Padottanasana, but without bending forward. We're only extending, without bending down, we're only extending forward. So have the bricks to the front. Join your feet, extend your arms down for Tadasana. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your outer shin bones, your outer knees, your hip bones. Lift your clavicles. Your clavicles, they want to lift up. The crown of your head wants to lift up. And then spread your arms. Take them forward. Bend and then jump or step your legs apart. And then look at your feet that they are in line. Bring your hands onto your hips. And turn your toes, all of you for today, turn your toes slightly in. Again here, your pelvic floor has to face the floor for now. Take your elbows back, let the skin of your triceps drop down, and then look up. But let your pelvic floor look towards the floor. Push your thighs back, hip bones up. Bottom sternum to top sternum. Feel your shoulder blades. Feel the rolled blanket there. Pushing forward. Press the outer feet. Exhale. Come down. Bring your hands, all of you, onto the bricks. Don't place them onto the floor. Look along the floor. Imagine a wall behind you where your sitting bones is pressing into the wall. The heels are pressing into the wall. And then extend your arms forward. But your legs have to stay there. And then release your head. Sides of your neck are long. Press your big toes down, the outer feet down. Lift your inner thighs up and then let them resist away from each other. Your thighs are moving back and your hip bones are lifting forward towards your chest. Feel the weight onto your feet. Make sure it's the same. Then from the back of your knees, extend towards your heels. And from the back of your knees, extend up towards your sitting bones. And the back of your head, let it hang. And then look forward, keep the bricks where they are. Walk your hands back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come up. And then join your feet again. Good. Now we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana 2 with the brick under your hip and your belt. So I'm just showing you first. You lie down. Don't have a blanket under because then the brick is going to slide. So you have the brick here very close. Actually, look, I have my brick like this, a little bit diagonally. So when I take the leg up, the outer thigh is resting onto the brick. So have your bricks one to the left, one to the right. Lie down first, and then with your hands extend the back of your neck, your occipital bone, away from your shoulders. Okay. And then all of you lift your right leg, put a belt around your foot. If you can connect with your hand, Donatella, you can hold on to your big toe, and the others as well if you can. But you should not see the inner heel. And then first take the leg out towards your right and let it rest onto the brick. Then you extend the left leg along the floor. So let me see that first. The left heel extended along the floor, and you need to have the brick under your right thigh, so you really have a support there. Keep breathing. Push the left thigh well down, Donatella. And keep breathing. You inhale, extend your right leg from your groin towards your inner heel. And when you exhale from the inner left groin, extend towards the inner left heel. And see, can you slide the left heel further away? Keep breathing. And bring the leg up again. Bend both legs. Already you can feel the difference. And then take your left leg into the belt or connect with your fingers. Keep your legs straight. First bring the leg out to the left. Let it rest onto the brick. And then slide the right heel away. You can close your eyes as well. Feel that the head is in line with your spine, with your pubis. When you inhale, extend from the left groin towards the left inner heel. And when you exhale, extend the right heel further away so that the back of your right leg stays long. And keep your diaphragm spreading from the center out towards the sides. And then see that you're not closing the left side of your abdomen. And the right inner heel, extend and move forward. And then come back, bend both legs down, keep your bricks where they are, interlock your fingers and take your hands under your head. Take your hands under your head so that you can extend the occipital bone away. Keep your eyes open now. Once more, extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, a little bit towards your face, and then take it out towards the right. Let it rest there onto the brick. And then slide the left heel along the mat forward. Keep your eyes open. Spread both soles of your feet from your big toes towards the little toes. The leg is going out towards the right. You've got the support there. But the skin of your abdomen is turning from the right to the left. Long, smooth inhalations. Long, smooth exhalations. Keep your elbows extending away from each other and do not collapse your shoulder blades to the floor. They have to move into the body so that the front of your chest is spread. Then take the leg up. Again, bend both legs down first. Lift your head and change the interlock of your fingers. And then make your head really heavy there into your hands. And your hands, they want to extend the back of your head away from your shoulders. And then raise your left leg up towards the ceiling, even a little bit more towards your face if you can. Take it out towards the left, let it rest onto the brick, and then extend your right heel along the floor. And keep your eyes open. Let me see. Keep your eyes open. You've got the brick there. Both legs are straight. Extend the other leg, at least them, Lisa is. And keep looking towards the sea. Keep breathing. And feel as well the difference in one leg and the other. Keep extending well from your calf towards your heels. First the left leg and then the right leg as well. And remember to turn the soles of your feet from inside out. And then exhale, take the leg back up and bend both legs down. Release your head, your hands. And then bend your legs towards you. And see if you can catch your big toes. Don't worry if your sacrum is lifted. But make your head heavy. Look up towards the ceiling. Make your head heavy. Let the upper arms drop down into their sockets and feel how the center chest opens even more. And then just the right leg. See, can you extend it out to the right without rolling onto the right? Just the right leg. Keep extending as much as you can. And keep holding your big toe. Open well the back of your knee. If you cannot open completely, hold on to your shin bone. From the center of your knee, inhale there, exhale, spread. Fill the knee with your breath. And bend the leg. And then extend the left leg. Keep your head heavy. Extend the left leg. The calf is moving towards the heel. Your thighs pushing back. And as well here, fill the knee with your breath. It's not that you have to overextend the knee. It only has to be straight. If you cannot hold on to your big toe, then just go well down and hold. No, you're doing well. So one leg is bent, and one leg is bent. And then exhale, bend both legs back. Keep holding your big toes. And then this time, see if you can extend both legs. Both legs, keep them wide. I've got the wall here, but you keep them wide. And then see this time, can you extend from your from your navel towards your pubis, so that the lower part of your spine gets back onto the floor. And feel your legs. And then close your legs, bend them down, turn to one side. And then I want you to sit up, but just give me a side view and have your two bricks as well nearby. So we're going to do Purvottasana, but with the legs bent and with the hands onto the bricks, so it's easier. So put your hands a little bit behind your hips onto the bricks. And then all of you bend your legs, put your big toes down, and then look at your big toes. Don't lift your big toes up. The metatarsals have to turn from the little toe towards the big toes. Hands onto the bricks. Lift your sternum, Helen. You can take your bricks slightly back, Helen. Lift bottom sternum to top sternum. Then look towards your knees. And when you exhale, lift your hips up. Look at your knees. Don't throw your head back. Look at your knees, Donatella. Look at your knees. Don't throw your head back. You all have to lift your hips up. More, Donatella. Lift your hips. Yes. And Helen, lift your hips. Press your big toes down. Turn your upper arms from inside out. If your neck is free, then you look back. Otherwise, keep looking forward. And from the root of your thighs, you have to lift up. Then raise your head up and come back sitting. So one more time, and now I want to see. So keep your hands onto the bricks because then it's easier. And do not take your head back if you have neck issues. So press your hands, bend your feet, press your big toes well down and head up. And then inhale, exhale. Lift your hips, but look forward first. Lisa, you have to extend your sacrum. Pull your pubis towards you, Lisa. Yes. And now lift your hips, Lisa. Now lift your hips. Well done. Heather as well. Lift your hips up. Your pubis has to move up towards the ceiling. Then you turn your arms so that your shoulder blades move into the body. And if you are happy, take your head back. Otherwise, look forward. Lift your hips, Helen. Echo. Well done, Donatella. Your pubis, Lisa. Take your lift your pubis. Yes. And then look forward and calm down. Not bad. Now we're trying with the legs extended, but keep your bricks for your hands. Keep your feet slightly apart. Put your hands onto your bricks and push your hands into the bricks. So you feel already your biceps moving in towards the bone. Then inhale, look to your feet, lift your hips up and bring your toes onto the floor. Lift your hips up, pull your pubis up, lift your hips, Helen. And then take your head back if you can. Big toes down, Heather. Take your big toes down and then lift your head and come back down. Sit one last time. If you want to try it without the bricks, try it without the bricks. Otherwise, last time, prepare yourself. Inhale, exhale, lift your hips and see, can you bring your toes onto the floor? Yes, better. Yes, better than Lisa as well. Then turn your arms from inside out and then take your head back. Good. And then look forward, sit back in Dandasana. And then all of you spread your legs as wide as your mat. Keep the center heel down. Raise your left arm up. And go and catch your right little toe, if you can, or then you catch your shin bone, wherever you can. Take your right arm back, pull the left head of your femur bone into its socket, lift up your sternum, Lisa, lift up. We're not going down, we want to go away from that leg. And if you can, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. So the center heels have to press down. From the little toe side, extend straight down towards the outer heels. And then turn the lower part of your abdomen underneath the navel. And then above your navel, your diaphragm, your armpit, chest. Then raise your left arm up, come back to the center. Lift the right arm up. Exhale, come forward, catch wherever you catch, don't bend down, just try to move away from that leg. Pull the right head of your femur bone into its socket and then turn the left arm, you can put the left arm as well onto your sacrum, ears back, left shoulder back and turn. The center heels are down. The soles of your feet are spreading from the big toe towards the little toes. And from the little toes, pull back towards your outer hips. And turn the lower part of your navel, the upper part, the diaphragm, armpit, chest, and your head. And then come back forward and release. Do you all have a bolster where you are? Have you got a bolster? Have a bolster and a blanket if you have. Let me see here. So the bolster and a blanket you need for your head. We're going to do Supta Sukhasana, but then I want you to put your hands under the blanket. So if you don't, yes, that's fine. You just make a bolster. Good. But you need, all of you, the blanket for your head. So then you sit in front of your bolster. Cross your legs. So if you don't have any issues with your lower back, you can have the bolster right next to your sacrum, so it's pushing your sacrum forward and it creates more space for your pubis. And then you go back and the blanket is touching your shoulders and it's under your neck. If this gives you a lower back ache, then you just slide further away from the bolster. Then, again, I want you to interlock your fingers, but I want you to interlock your fingers underneath the blanket. So you have your fingers under your head, but the blanket is in between them. Then let the head go down. Let me see. Close your eyes. And feel your elbows, your shoulders. long, smooth inhalations, long, smooth exhalations. Again here you can imagine this big cone from your pubis towards the tip of your elbows, and you fill this cone with your breath. And when you exhale from your sacrum towards the tip of your knees, you exhale. Sides of your neck, they stay long. Breathe into your armpits, into your groins. Then first change the cross of your legs. Then lift your head a tiny bit and change the interlock of your fingers. And then let the head go down again. And feel if there's any difference there in your shoulders now because you've changed the interlock of your fingers. And keep these cones. Inhale from your pubis towards the tip of your elbows. And when you exhale from your sacrum towards the tip of your knees. Then open your eyes, place your feet down, release your hands. Once lift your hips and extend the skin of your buttocks away from the balls, then bring your buttocks down. And then take your arms up, interlock your fingers, feel your arms as well. Turn your palms up, thumbs touching, little fingers are touching. Elbows are looking towards each other. And then exhale, take your arms back. And see the upper arms. The hands do not go to the floor. The upper arms have to press into your blanket. So you feel your shoulder blades moving into the body. And then extend your legs forward, keep your feet together in Tadasana. Soles of your feet spread. The back of your thighs turning from inside out and your arms press them into the bolster. Squeeze your outer shin bones, your outer knees, your outer hips. Then take the arms back up, change the interlock of your fingers, put the other index finger to the front, and then take your arms back. And take your arms back up, bend your legs, turn to one side and come up. And then you sit on the floor, have your bolster onto your right hand side. Keep the blanket, maybe you need the blanket as well. And then have your left leg first. Have your left leg moving back. So bend your left leg, move it back. If this is not possible for your knee, Helen, you can just keep your knee bent like this. But the other, see if you can take the leg back. And even if you lift up your hip, it doesn't matter. Then take your right leg and place it against the left thigh. If you have the leg like this, Helen, you just put the leg in here. Bend the other leg as well. Bend the right leg as well. Yes, and put it under the, yes, put it under that leg. Yes, just that you're crossing your leg. That's fine. Good. And then all of you, the bolsters on your right side, Heather, turn your abdomen towards the bolster. Extend, come forward, and you want to place the left ear onto the blanket or onto the bolster. See if you can place your left ear there onto the bolster. If you need more height, double the blanket. And then you can release your elbows down. Let me see. Yeah, and Heather, come up a moment. Come up, Heather. Pull the bolster. Oh, you don't have the thick bolster. Okay, no, I thought you had the bolster. You could put the bolster close to you. No, go back there again and see if you can bring your left ear to touch the blanket or to touch the bolster. And then release your arms. The navel is turning towards the right. Now and then you can press your right foot into the left thigh. Long, smooth inhalation, long, smooth exhalation. Then lift your head, walk your hands back, press yourself up and feel the left side of your neck. Extend your legs forward. And then take all the support onto the other side. And then it's the right leg which is moving back, the left foot into the thigh. Good. And then turn the abdomen, turn your chest, turn. And now it's the right ear which wants to lie down. And once you're down with your head, then release your arms as one. And do long, smooth inhalations, long, smooth exhalations. And then open your eyes, lift your head, walk your hands back, and then you can feel how different one side and the other is. And now we have to do it forward. So you just do Adho Mukha Virasana. You can pull your bolster in, or you can keep it away. Heather, you don't have the bolster to keep in. And then fold your arms and rest your forehead. If you have a blanket there, you can even rest your forehead on the blanket so that you have enough space to breathe. And even in this one, Lisa, pull your pubis up towards your chest. Feel the sides of your neck extending towards the tip of your shoulders. If your arms are crossed, change the fold of your arms. And then raise your head, walk your hands back. And then we're going to do Shavasana. If you want, you can keep the bolster for your legs, or Heather, you didn't see it last time. I quite like this Shavasana with the bricks under the thigh. You could try this, Heather, for today, where you lie down, and then you have your two bricks here, one together with the other, and your buttocks are down, and you're extending your legs over the bricks, so that the bricks are pushing your hamstrings forward, and it really gives them a rest. And then you can turn your big toes towards the little toes. Your arms have them equidistant from the trunk. And then lie down. If you have something to cover your eyes, use it. And then close your eyes. Let your big toes roll towards the little toes. Your hands as well, they're rolling from the little toe towards the thumb side. And then mentally draw your body there onto the floor. And then feel the left side, the right side of your trunk. If they have both the same weight. Keep extending the tricep and the back of your arms. Keep extending them towards your elbows. And then take your elbows as far as you can towards your feet. You shouldn't have any tension in your palms, in your fingers. No tension in the soles of your feet and your toes. So the back of your body is becoming heavier and heavier. You should have the feeling of lying there on the floor as though the body is sinking into the floor, into Mother Earth. And have a feeling of emptiness, of non-existence in the pit of your armpit, as well in the pits of your groin. And completely let go. The floor is there to hold you up. Be serene in all parts of your body. And silence in the body will bring about silence in your mind. Let go of any holding, any gripping, complete. completely let go. The floor is there to hold you up.